Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. What is a significant environmental aspect? How do we evaluate for the significance of an environmental aspect? It is by virtue of how significant the impact is from the corresponding or originating environmental aspects. How do we determine its significance? Is by doing an evaluation. This is what we are doing here. This is what I'm sharing with you. It's made and done, and I'm sharing with you evaluation criteria to determine the significance of impact of environmental aspect. Okay, thank you very much, YouTube. Thank you, subscribers, viewers, and supporters of this channel. Appreciate it. I'm grateful and I'm honored to be here before you. Now, for all my Muslim brothers and sisters, if you are in the mosque for the Friday prayers khutbah or in any religious lessons with scholars preaching from books, please refrain from watching this video. Please turn it off. Appreciate your cooperation. I love you for that, and I wish you and me blessed with Jannatul Naim. All right, now I am going to share with you in this video about one of the evaluation criteria which is important in determining the significance of environmental impact from or caused by the interactions of environmental impact, environmental aspects with the environment. So one of the criteria is magnitude. We will discuss this, and in this case, we pick one environmental aspect, which is diesel. All right, let's go on. Before we get into detail, let us recap that Environmental Management System ISO 14001 is about what? Managing environmental aspects. How? By fulfilling compliance obligation and addressing risk and opportunities. This is the definition of environmental management system, which is managing environmental aspects. Okay, and what is an environmental aspect? An environmental aspect is an element of the organizational products, activities, and services that interacts or can interact with the environment. That's it. Having known that, we have done in earlier videos, please refer to those videos, especially input-output analysis and perhaps life cycle perspective, decoded, okay? We have done this. This is done, okay? I have displayed before you how we identify environmental aspects by virtue of input-output analysis. And in this video and subsequent video pertaining to evaluation criteria, we are going to do this. Look, what I have is literally a summarized chronology, core processes, core stages in the implementation of Environmental Management System ISO 14001 version 2015. We are just over here, and let me show you this. This identification of environmental aspect up to evaluation of environmental aspects, that we are able to identify what are our significant environmental aspects. I have to be honest with you, it takes up more than 60 or perhaps even 70% of our effort in establishing what is called environmental management system for our company. This is the crucial stage in the implementation of ISO 14001. We must not go wrong at this stage. All right. If this stage went wrong, it is like a domino effect, the entire system would fall apart or cracked here and there, or loop here and there, or some deficiencies in any of the downstream processes of our environmental management system establishment. So we are here in this circle. We are here, okay? We are right here doing evaluation, and it has got to be as precise as possible, okay? Now, I have picked, for the sake of our discussion, at random, actually, I just simply pick which activity, because and I'm thinking to myself that diesel might be more common to everyone. So let us pick one of the activity, which is diesel transfer. And I have done in earlier video this particular part, which is input output analysis, and I have explained why diesel, that we are going to pick for this illustration, why diesel is an environmental aspect. So this input output analysis, okay, has been done, is actually a methodology in determining our environmental aspect, and it is done here. Please browse through this channel. Click what you call this so-called icon over here. Do you call it icon? I'm not sure. It's the logo as far as I know. You click that, and YouTube has arranged in order of publication. So you scroll through until you see this iconic what you call thumbnails. I just learned that word. Okay, a thumbnail, and you will see diesel transfer. Okay, this is a video which what they call we do the input output analysis in identifying environmental aspects, and the other one decoding life cycle perspective. This discussing about the life cycle of diesel as a product, as an environmental aspect. What is its upstream and downstream environmental impact? So in this particular video, we are discussing diesel, and as you know, it is an input environmental aspect, and it causes environmental impact which is viewed upstream. So these are all explained in these two videos. All right, so we are discussing diesel as input. Remember that this one is about input aspect. So diesel come to the factory, transported via lorry, tankers, etc. So here we are in the dashboard. So this is the activity, which is diesel transfer. I hope you're following. And these are all the environmental aspects that we are going to discuss for this video, for this particular sessions and a few other videos. All right. If you want more, please write in the comment. I'll be obliged to do it for you. So for our discussion, we are going to do diesel, because diesel is an environmental aspect, and it is an input environmental aspect. Please remember that. And it has cost, or it can interact with the environment, or interacts with the environment and cause environmental impact, which is resource depletion. I hope this is clear for you. Now, how significant is that impact? Then we are talking about evaluation. Evaluation of what? Of the environmental impact. From that evaluation, we will be able to determine the score, and from there we can see whether our environmental aspect of discussion is significant or not in comparison with all other environmental aspects. So there are various environmental aspect impacts evaluation criteria. We've got magnitude, severity, legal, business, client, frequency, and duration, and you can add in if you have more. All right. Now we are going to discuss magnitude. Okay. If you're ready, let us discuss the magnitude of impact from the environmental aspect chosen, which is diesel. Remember, diesel as input, not spill diesel. not diesel spillage, those are output, not diesel fumes, those are output. This is diesel which is neat and packed in the tank, just arrived at our factory, that diesel. Okay, now I hope you're clear. Okay, what you have before you is a set of definition. Oh, I have got to excuse myself from this, from being here in the picture, because I want you to see the rest. Okay, I hope you could still hear me. It's my first time doing it. Now, what we have here is the environmental evaluation criteria, which is magnitude. Okay, and what I have displayed from 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 is the rating definition for this particular criteria, which is magnitude. Now, what I want you to know is, please remember that we are evaluating one of the environmental aspects right now, which is diesel. And please remember, we are evaluating diesel as an input aspect. Okay, now before we go on, let's take a look at this data and information that we gathered when we were having a site review with this particular factory. Apparently diesel arrives into the premise of this factory via tanker lorries. Okay, and there you are, and it's a contract supplier. Okay, it comes every month. How frequent? Is every month, and it is being used by forklifts and machines. Quantity apparently is specified by their respective purchase order. PO is purchase order, and the quantity of diesel is monitored. This is what we gathered from the site review of this particular factory. And we asked and we looked at documents, and there is no sign of any overconsumption or additional consumption of diesel. Okay, now please do not be confused with this leakage. Now please remember, we are not dealing with output aspect. Diesel leakage is getting out of this particular process. It is output. We are not discussing this leakage. We are discussing diesel that enter as input. Okay, also diesel fumes, these are all output environmental aspects. So please remember this. When we do evaluation, please remember, we are dealing with input or output environmental aspect. We must always have that in mind. Why I am reminding this? Because I myself made this mistake earlier on when we first started in 1997, 96. And this mistake is, we were not able to comprehend until 2004. We started to realize, hey, we have got to understand this input is incoming or outgoing. So please remember that. Now, based on this information, apparently, look at number 1. Does it apply here? Concentration is about input. Quantity of entry is about input. Okay. Use is also about input aspect. Consumption is about input. But releases, emission, and discharge, these are all concerning output environmental aspects. They will be looked at when we are evaluating output environmental aspect. So here, number 1, not detectable. No way, because diesel is detectable, so that's out. Number 1 is out. Look at number 2. What is it? Same thing, input aspect, detectable, but not quantified. It doesn't apply as well, because diesel is, there you are, quantified. It's over here. Okay? And number 3, concentration or quantity of entry or consumption is below acceptable value or below international standard or below local legal standard. International standard, local legal standard doesn't apply here, but apparently it is below acceptable value because why? There is no overconsumption. And this factory also informed that they got carried over, the diesel is carried over to the next following month. Fine, okay. So I think this is quite relevant over here. And look at number 4. Concentration is within acceptable value. I think this figure 5 is good. Okay, it's applicable. Look at number 5. Exceeds. Now there is definitely no overconsumption, but due to the fact that there's additional information that there is carryover of or left over of 1 month and diesel brought over to next month, and that the PO is reduced the order for next month, we chose that this particular consumption of diesel is below desired quantum. In this case, to fit into this criteria, it is below acceptable value. For that reason, we pick number 3. I hope you're following. As far as magnitude is concerned, okay. And let's take a look. What have we got here? All right, this is the dashboard. How do we fill up? Remember, there you are. We are here, diesel, got it. And we are talking about magnitude, okay. And what have we got here? Magnitude rating for diesel in this case is 3. There you are. That's the dashboard. That's how we work it out. So I already displayed and have the rating definition for you. You can go back to that particular segment of this video and pause the video, or you can take my daughter taught me screenshots. I'm learning. Okay, please excuse. I apologize for not knowing in detail how to do that, but you can go back and pause the video. I hope this is adequate. All right, and this is how we have the environmental aspects impact register before us, and we have now one figure there. At last, for diesel, magnitude is 3. That's it. Okay, so the next criteria that we are going to discuss, also having the rating definition, is severity. I hope to see you there. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you very much, amazing YouTube, for enabling us to share knowledge and information and even experience in this platform of yours. Thank you, subscribers, especially viewers and supporters of this channel. As a Malay, I wish you semoga dikurniakan kesenangan, keselamatan, kesejahteraan, kebahagiaan dan kejayaan kehidupan di dunia dan di akhirat. Until we meet in the next video, inshallah, I wish everybody Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.